Hello all and welcome to a very long overdue pickups video. Yes, I've got stuff here that I got before Christmas. I've got stuff here that was given to me by a good friend for Christmas. I've got stuff here that's after Christmas but still so last year. And we also have stuff that I got in the turn of the new year as well. So let's crack on, and we are going to start with a little bit of a what's in the box. Now, again, just before Christmas, I decided that it was time to take in my stack of current CEX trade-in fodder. And for that stack, I got £47. Now, it was going to go in the pile of other receipts I got to be used at a later date. But I had been looking in the window and there was something I wanted in the window, but it was in the wrong colour. So when I got my voucher and spoke to the lad behind the counter that served me, and I said, do you have any more PSPs other than the white one in the window? I would like one, but white is the only colour I don't want. He then said, have you looked inside the glass cabinets? I said I have, but I didn't see any, and sure enough, he pointed them out and they were hidden behind a few little DSs. And there were two PSP Slims there, which is what is indeed in the box. Now, there was a black one there, and there was this rather fetching little metallic blue one there. I don't know what the exact posh name for the colour is, but a nice little metallic blue one there with memory stick, and that was up at discounted £50. Now, I did my usual little check over it. The screen was nicely scratch free, all the buttons seem to be functioning, this little joystick here, nothing wrong with that. So I thought there and then that I would change in that voucher and have it, and obviously having to give an extra £3 towards the 50 at the same time. So why was it discounted, I asked? Well, that was because he said it doesn't come with an official charger. It comes with this third-party charger with multiple different outputs there at the end. He kind of started worrying a little bit that the sale was going to be cancelled because of this, and he started selling it to me. He started going, oh well, as well as the PSP one, which has got the yellow in there, you can also charge a DS through it, and it was like that. And I was like, mate, stop, it's fine. He said, I will take it. It will charge the PSP, and actually, because it can charge the DS, I can put my DS charger away because I have one and only have one charger out. It's actually a little bit ideal for me. So I'm actually really pleased with this. So that wasn't actually a problem. It was actually more of a selling point for me. But yes, a nice little metallic-y blue PSP, and it comes with a memory stick. As you'll see, it's still got a little bit of space in there for me. I have been playing a couple of games on it, and I'm so pleased to have this back in my collection, and pleased to actually have the slim one, because obviously if I do want to take it out and about, I do still need to get some sort of slipcase or casing for it. But being as it's a slim one, it'll fit nicely into the pocket a hell of a lot better than the large one would. So yes, got myself a PSP back in the collection. Very pleased with that. And obviously I do have a handful of games for it already, but before I left I had to have a little look at the games. And they didn't have many games there, but they did have Tekken Dark Resurrection. So I got a further £3 out to give the guy, and I had to have this. Now, as I say, I have actually played this already. It is a fantastic little beat 'em up. Look, nicely completed box as well. Nice condition manual too. It is absolutely amazing, to be honest with you. The amount of game modes it has in it, and the roster as well, is huge. I was pleasantly surprised at how big the roster in this game was. So I've had a few goes at it. I've been Hwoarang, I've been Nina, and this is absolutely fantastic purchase for me. And as I say, I can highly recommend it if you like your beat 'em ups, especially if you like the Tekken franchise as well. So yes, got Tekken Dark Resurrection for £3. Now, on that day out, I did visit all the charity shops, but they turned out to be relatively fruitless. Didn't really turn out that much. But I did pick up one from the British Heart Foundation on that day out, and it was this lovely copy of Ninja Gaiden 2. Now, the British Heart Foundation generally slapped £2.99 on all the games, but they had £1.99 on this one. Now, this one's for the collection, so the fact that I can only get £1 trade in for this at CEX isn't an issue, but the CEX do sell this for £3, so I have made a little saving on it and given to charity too. So that is absolutely fantastic. And as I say, nice condition manual, fantastic condition manual actually, and a great condition disc as well. Always check discs in charity shops. A, to make sure they're the right one, and B, to obviously check the condition of it and that they are not too scratched up and looking like an ice skating rink. So yes, Ninja Gaiden 2 in the collection for my 360 at only £1.99, a small saving and a charity shop donation to boot. Win-win. Okay, next up, an eBay purchase, and that is, gotta get them all, My Body Coach 3 for the Xbox 360 on the Kinect. Now, a good friend of mine messaged me saying that he'd seen this on eBay, and this was one of the less common titles, and it was at a good price. Guy knows his stuff, very knowledgeable, so with that information in mind, I didn't actually hesitate. Clicked on the link and bought it. I think it was around about the £8 mark. I think it was £8.99 with £1 something postage as well. And it's sealed as well. So obviously I know that the disc's going to be in mint condition, and the manual is also going to be in there as well if there is one. But I'm going for a full set. I do want to get all the Kinect games as well as part of the full set. So for someone to say this is uncommon and to buy it for that much money, I was going to snag it all day long. So next up we have some stuff that I got for Christmas from a very good friend of mine, and Santa Sean has been at it. He got me some great pieces, and the very first one is this little Sleigh coaster. There's a group of us he's got a few gifts for, and each of us has got a Sleigh coaster, and obviously each of them have something different on it. And what can I say? The man knows me well. Mine is the Gears of War logo, and I absolutely love this. I really do. It's such a simple idea, but such a great gift. Really do love this. It sort of goes on my coffee table on proud display. It really does. The other coasters sort of get pushed to the back. This is the king of the coasters on my table. So absolutely love that. And I'm going to pop this down here as well. The next gift that I got from Sean, I'm going to put an image on screen here because it's rather large and won't fit behind the camera, and that is these two framed Gears of War prints. Now, I absolutely love these as well. Like I said, the man knows me so well, and I know the fact that he's got these prints and gone to the trouble of getting the frames and then putting them in the frames as well, and he's done a cracking job in picking some absolutely really nice frames to present them in. They actually fit in my kitchen super well and go on display there. And the red picture actually goes well with the red appliances as well where I put it. So I am absolutely chuffed to bits with that as well, Sean. Thank you very much, mate. But he didn't stop there. There is still one more item. And again, this blows my mind as well, because getting games for this system box isn't easy. Getting them in a good condition isn't easy as well. And what has he got me? He's got me Cool Spot boxed for the Sega Game Gear. I haven't got a box game or a new box game for my Game Gear in ages. A lot of stuff I pick up is like cart only in the plastic shroud. Some of them aren't even in that. But it's got me Cool Spot box. And when I saw this, I saw my jaw dropped. This is absolutely amazing, mate. This is fantastic. This is going to look awesome in the collection. So the box is in good condition. And it's also come in this plastic sleeve here. I mean, when I get my poor Game Gear is struggling to survive at the moment. When I get something that I can play my Game Gear games on better, then this will come out of this plastic protection. I'm guessing that possibly is how you bought it, or you just put it like that for transit. I don't know. It's going to come out, and I'm going to give this a bash as well. I say I like to play my games. I like to let them breathe, as I say. So this is a fantastic addition to the collection as well. And boxed. I cannot believe it. So wow, thank you so much, mate. You really do go above and beyond and outdo us all when it comes to giving gifts. So thank you very much, Sean. I adore this. Right, so we've got to go after Christmas now because, well, we've just done Christmas, basically. And a day out in Stortford. And that day out started with a few charity shops. And all of them come from one place again. So we've got 3 items from one charity shop, all at 50p each. First one up is an Xbox 360 game I do have, Grand Theft Auto Episodes from Liberty City. And this cost me, as did the others, 50p from Scope. And this is for trading fodder because I already have it. I've done a bit of a condition upgrade check. It's not a condition upgrade. The copy I've got of this is already in fantastic condition. So I can trade this in. I believe I can get £3 trading for it, and they sell it for 6. So to get this for 50p, absolutely fantastic. But as I say, it's CEX trading fodder. I need to start the pile again because I haven't started it again since the trading for the PSP that I showed you at the beginning. So Grand Theft Auto Episodes from Liberty City, CEX trading fodder. The next one is for CEX trade fodder as well. It's not something I want to keep in my collection. It's Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, and I'm actually surprised at this one. I mean, the manual's missing, but for some reason it's got this card and something trying to sell you the strategy guide. The disc is in great condition. There's no issues with that. So if I wanted to keep it, it is fantastic, but I'm not going to. I want to trade it in, And I was surprised that it was so low, to be honest with you. It's only got a £1.20 trading value. They sell it for £3.50, so again, it come from Scope for 50p as well, so that is fantastic value there. That's going to join the trading pile, and it goes towards my next credit voucher. The last game that I got from there is not for trade. It's Primal. I saw it there, and it just really sparks my interest. That cover art is interesting, shall we say. It certainly sparked my interest. The name of the game was quite interesting, and then there's just things on the back here that really sort of stuck out to me. Modern fantasy adventure, breathtaking scope and detail, but it's an ordinary girl, a realm of demons, and an epic conflict between primal force. And there's something about here. Well, there it is, transformed between 4 demonic forms, each with unique abilities and combat styles. It was that line there that really sold it to me, and as I say, it was only 50p, and I do believe that is what CEX sell it for. No, they sell it for £1. I mean, and there's a 30p trade, and so once I finish with it, I can trade it in for 30p. But if I really do like it and it has some replayability, because I'm not really collecting PlayStation 2 stuff to keep unless I like it. So if I do like it that much and want to replay it, or potentially want to replay it, I will be keeping this. But yes, picked up a copy of Primal for 50p. So we did do a CEX visit before I left that day. We always do. We generally always leave with something, and that is exactly what happened. So scanned the Xbox 360 section, as I always do, and found something that I don't see around very often, and as I say, don't see very often, so if that happens and it's cheap, I'm gonna nab it. Only £2. I do my usual CEX thing where I check to make sure that manuals are already in the boxes before I take it to the counter. Just don't like the hassle of asking, to be honest with you. Unless it's something really rare or something that I've been looking for ages, then I might do it. But for the Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian for £2. I was quite happy that the manual was in there. As I say, don't see it around very often, so I thought I'd nab it there and then and tick another one off the extensive list. So obviously, I now have a PSP, so I looked at the PSP games. They seem to have a fresh batch of games in, and I thought a Wipeout game on the PSP would be a nice little purchase, a nice little addition, and it was only £2.50 as well. I have played this. It's all right. If you like your Wipeout, then it will do the job on your handheld. It only really has a single player and a tournament mode and 6 crafts that you can pick from. So it's not got a great deal of depth to it. But as I say, if you want your Wipeout fix on the go, this will certainly suffice. And at only £2.50, it's nice to have it in the collection. As I say, PSP is another system that I'm not collecting for per se. I'm only going to buy stuff that I really want to play and potentially want to keep as well. So Wipeout, complete in box with manual as well. As I say, I may not be collecting for it, but I still want the manuals in there because it's in the collection of what I do have, if that makes sense. Potentially doesn't. So yes, Wipeout for only £2.50. Wipeout Pure is the exact name there. Stickers covering the Pure bit. But yes, happy to have that. So last purchase from CEX that day. I saw this. Oh, I had to have it. Who doesn't love a bit of Space Invaders? And this is Space Invaders Anniversary. Again, only £2. Opened it up again. Like I said, always check it in there. Fantastic condition manual. We've got something else behind there, which basically means it's actually super complete nearly when it comes to that. There's one thing missing. We'll get to that in a second. Disc, great condition, fantastic disc art. Sometimes disc art goes a lot unnoticed and doesn't get the credit it deserves. So I really like this disc art, and I just want to give it a mention. So that is fantastic. And the back really sells it to me as well. Look, 9 different versions of the everlasting Space Invaders. All new 3D mode and versus mode for intense 2-player action. And enter Taito's virtual arcade. Bring back those memories. Looks absolutely fantastic. This is superb edition. Can't wait to start giving some of those modes a play. And what I say about something missing inside is it says free keyring inside here. So I can imagine if you're buying a second-hand copy of this, which is pretty much the only way you can buy nowadays, that is going to be missing in nearly every game. But I just thought it was really cool that it had that sticker on the front, you know, and the box to be in great condition too. So to have that sticker on the front, even though the keyring isn't in there, fantastic condition manual. Brilliant purchase for me. Absolutely love this. Okay, so we are going to one more charity shop day out where I visited the big shops and the local ones near me. So no CEX visit this time. And of all games, I was actually really pleased to see this. We'll explain a little bit more in a minute. And the big charity shop turned up a copy of FIFA 07 with Mr. Wayne Rooney there on the front and the inspiration behind my gamer tag. and YouTube channel name Ronaldinho. So FIFA 07, complete with free trial sticker on the front, fantastic condition disc, fantastic condition manual, everything is in there, all these little extra bits too, complete copy. And the reason why I was really pleased to turn this up is because I was doing an experiment session on my Journey to 1 Million Gamer Score series where I played cheap generic sports titles and see what I could get out of it. And I started buying lots of games, and I was doing quite well with the PESs, and I wanted to buy all the FIFAs, and I needed to buy 07 and 08. CEX generally don't have them on the shelves anymore. If you go to the website, you'll notice here that it says pretty much for sale only. I want to buy is the only option there for 50 pence. So you can't even trade it in. So they're not taking it in, which means they're not going to stock it on the shelves anymore once it's gone. And I tell you what, every time I go to a charity shop, the earlier ones are now missing. And when you do find them, a lot of the time there's bits missing, the boxes are beaten up, the discs are scratched to hell. And I think a lot of these early sports titles are now disappearing at a vast rate because people are thinking, oh, they're worth nothing, throwing them away, using them for case swaps and such on like that. So I was actually really pleased to get this copy of FIFA 07 in the condition it is in, and I'm still looking out for FIFA 08. I've got everything beyond that now except for some of the very modern releases because they're still making FIFA to the 360, and those latest ones, I mean even up to 20, must have a low production rate and are going to be expensive. So might be worth picking those up sooner rather than later, I think, if you're going to go be a collector and go for the full set like I am. So anyway, yes, well pleased with FIFA 07. Now the next pickup is a little bit of a hybrid pickup, and I was thinking about rejecting it, but I put my sensible hat on and actually bought it. Now, you may think it's Forza Horizon 2 for the Xbox One, and it was only priced up at £1.49. Any Xbox One game that I need, I'm going to pick up. Now, I know this sells for more than that in CEX, and I was right. I did actually look while I was in there. It trades in for £6, and they sell it for 10, so it was a no-brainer, even if you're not collecting for the Xbox One. And I did what I normally do. I checked to make sure the right disc was in there. I checked to make sure the disc was scratch-free. The disc was scratch-free, but it was the Halo Master Chief Collection. Now, I thought about it there and then, put it back on the shelf. Wrong disc, get rid of, no, not having it. But as I say, sensible hat went on. For £1.49, I've got a box for a game and a disc for a game. I might be able to source box and disc for games said. Because I looked up what the Halo Master Chief Collection is worth, or is going for in CEX. The trading for it is 12 quid, and they sell it for 18. So if all I've got to do is source a box, which could happen for not a lot of money, I basically bought Master Chief Collection, an expensive game, for not a lot. So I'm hoping to pick up a box only for Master Chief Collection by accident or just for not a lot of money. So for me, that £1.49 purchase for buying sort of a hybrid of two games was a no-brainer. I mean, would you have picked it up? What are your opinions in it? I definitely would be interested to hear from people about that. Right, next up, we're moving on to using up some CEX vouchers online. And it was about time I did that because we can pick up some stuff that stores don't stock regularly. Now, my two local CEXs, I rarely see one of these in stock. And because I've moved, I now have the room for one of these. Yes, I finally have me, if I can get it into view, finally have me an Xbox 360 Kinect sensor. Now, I've been collecting the Kinect games anyway because I've been going for the full set and I have always wanted one. I've always wanted to move from where I was because that would then give me the room. Oh, that's not the reason why I moved, but then I would have the room, should I say, to have a Kinect sensor. And now I've moved, I was like, got to get one. Two local CXs didn't have one, so I entered my code in online. This was £6, and per item is £1.50 delivery. So this was essentially £7.50, but it was used up for a voucher. So that probably cost me effectively only £2. So really pleased to have a Kinect now and the room to play a Kinect, and all these Kinect games that I've got, absolutely amazing. And I can start hitting CX for Kinect games too, and which I probably will do on my next visit. But we did treat myself to a Kinect game as well while I was on CX website online, and that was because I know this one is an easy 1000G. I know it's not expensive, and I don't see it around a lot, so I thought I'd treat myself to Michael Phelps Push the Limit. It was only £1, and I had to pay £1.50 as well. The annoying thing about these two items that I've just bought is they did actually charge me per item, which is not an issue if they're going to send them separately. But then they came in the same rather large jiffy bag, and fortunately enough for me, didn't damage them. Of course, being online, you cannot check for manuals. the roulette paid off. We have a manual, even though, look, it's been attacked by a game in the past. It's been in a game store at some time in its life. It has that on. So we shall try to remove that. Check the disc over. Disc is in fantastic condition. And as I say, this was just because I'd heard it was an easy completion for a 1000G. I've done my research and it will take about 5 to 6 hours to get that 1000G, which isn't too bad for a 360 game. But at the same time, I've kind of just realised 5 to 6 hours for a game that is exercising. I've got to do 5 to 6 hours exercise to get 1000G. The things us achievement hunters do, eh? So yes, I'm actually quite happy to have this in the collection. As I say, I'd love to get a little full Kinect set as a Kinect game set as a subset as well. And look, Eddie, 505 games. Of course, Eddie has recently completed the 505 game set on the PlayStation 2, and they are synonymous for not making great quality games. And while we are mentioning my good friend Eddie of Rollerxcore, he also has been super kind and sent me a gift as well. For those who don't know, I'm going for another subset, which is the full PlayStation Platinum set on the PlayStation 1. So Eddie kindly sent me 3 games, and he has sent me, I've got this black label, but I haven't got it Platinum, so I can now move on my black label version, because this isn't a game I don't particularly want 2 copies of, but I do want 1 of, and because I'm going for the full PlayStation Platinum set, it may as well be this one that I keep, obviously. And fantastic condition, complete with manual, complete with map as well. So thank you, Eddie, that is brilliant. And now I can upgrade my Grand Theft Auto from black label to platinum label. So thank you very much, Eddie. He has also got me one that I'm so stoked to have. I really am. Love it so much. I love the original. The second is probably slightly better, I have to be honest. And I begrudgingly say that because I pumped so much time into the original. I love the original so much. But the second is probably better. Again, Eddie, complete in box with manual. Fantastic condition cases as well, mate. Really are. Cannot wait to play Destruction Derby 2 again. I haven't played it in well over 10 years. Hint, hint. And cannot wait. Absolutely so pleased to have this. Really do enjoy the Destruction Derby games. I think there is one more still to get on the PlayStation 1. So look forward to getting that for myself at some point. And the last one is a bit of a wow game. This one is not a cheap game. It's a fantastic game, and actually one from the trilogy that I haven't played. I've only played the first game from the trilogy of this, which is a sin, I know. But we got Spyro 2. Spyro 2, Gateway to Glimmer as well. Platinum Collection, complete in box with manual. It is a fantastic addition to the collection as well. Great condition manual, great condition discs on all 3 of these Platinums. Eddie, you're an absolute star. If for some reason you haven't heard of or visited Eddie's channel, please do. I will link him in the description, as I will for Sean of Retro Games Revived. They are 2 great blokes who love what they do with great channels as well, so please pop by and give them a visit. So ladies and gentlemen, one more thing before I sign off. Obviously I've already mentioned in my previous videos, I've made a video saying first game of my new gaff, that I have moved. I've moved out of my old place, and there was a few of us, probably a small selection of guys and myself, that grew affectionate to my old recording studio as it was, which was basically some grey stairs. Now, I do actually miss them in a way, but as you'll see, I found a new way to present my pickups and do my videos. And this is just a little photo here, which is a fond farewell to the grey stairs. So here it is. There we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you very much for watching. And that just leaves me to say, as always, take care.